Hey everyone, Cole Karski back here with Beef Outdoors, and today I wanted to go through my tackle storage, how I stay organized, how I transport stuff, and what works for me. Just give some tips. Now first off, I've got way too much tackle to bring on the ice. You can never have too much tackle, but I've got too much to bring on the ice with me at all times, so this is the first thing I do. I love using Gruv boxes. They're super durable. They keep things pinned in place. They have magnetic latches so that when it's cold out, you're not worried about breaking latches. And they're pretty lightweight. I have empty Gruv boxes that are dedicated for what I'm going to fish for the day. So this one is the big jig. So I'll take my bigger spoons, my super big rattle baits and things like that, and I'll put my few of them that I'm going to use for the day in this and then take that out on the ice with me. Same thing with the hard bait box. I'll grab some of my Z Vibers, some of my jig and wrap style baits, some of my JG's lipless, put them in here for where I'm going to fish for the day and bring it with me. Or I can get real finesse and put just a couple of tungstens in here. A couple of walleye sized jigs will fit in this small jig box as well. I believe this one's called the micro. And this fits in a jacket pocket. Don't even know it's there. It sits with you all day. But here's how I store all of my tackle and bring it on the ice with me. This is a milk crate with the bottom cut off another milk crate and a top to open up. I also have rod holders built on there so I can set my rods on here. I put my tackle in here, put it in my sled. Then I can put some rod holders on here. I can set my unit on top of this so my flasher's not sitting right on the ice. It's up a little bit. And it works really well. It's fairly lightweight and it can hold a ton of tackle if you want. So like if I'm going on a sleeper house trip to Lake Woods, I'm probably just hauling the whole thing with. I can sift through it there. Rides in the bed of the truck. This sits on the floor. It's not that big of a deal. But on a single day out on the ice, it's a lot to handle. So I still use my Gruv boxes though. I'm a big fan of these. Look how nice and organized this is. I haven't opened this one up, touched it or anything for this video. This has just been sitting in the crate. And I can see everything that's in here. This is my Euro tackle box. I'm a huge fan of Euro tackle. Love the T-flashers, the live spoons, and they make a great tungsten jig. So I always have a bunch of these out on the ice with me. And I have a whole box dedicated to them. The next box I've happened to grab here, this is like my miscellaneous box. This is random jigs, a lot of Lake of the Woods specific stuff, some of my golds and pinks, some of my novelty jigs and things like that, things that don't get used very often. That's right here. Next I got a hard bait box. These are all lipless from JG's. I'm not worried about spilling them. They sit in there very nicely and magnetic close up. Next I got another hard bait box, and this one's got all jig and wrap style baits in it. Once again, they're not tangled, they're easy to take out. You're not worried about messing with yourself, getting a hook in your hand. This is one of the Vexen Crystal Reapers, love those. And you can see every single one that's in there and go get it easily. This one is not as full, but this is all of the hard baits I've gotten from Seasons Tackle that have been like the lipless crankbaits and the jig and wrap style ones. I like to keep my Seasons Tackle stuff separate, so when I'm fishing it, I know what came on it. It's fun for me. I enjoy that. And my last larger jig box, all of my Z Vibers. And actually, it's not my last larger jig box. I have one more. This is all my Z Vibers that are not the real small micro ones. So this is my bigger walleye sizes, the big crappie ones. All get its own dedicated Gruv box. Now this is my last jig box. And this is all Seasons Tackle spoons and jigs, and then these really big tall lipless don't fit in the hard bait box just because they're so tall. So I've gotten quite a few of those from Seasons. There's a lot of painters who like this blank. And yeah, these are all Seasons Tackles lures, so I know what I can go grab. The only box I don't have in this tray right now, and it's because I haven't dug it back out, is I have a lake trout specific big jig box where it's got some tubes, some of my big Euro Tackle Z Vibers, plain white jigs, trout and pout spoons, things I literally only use for lake trout and eel pout. And it's got its own box, so that way when I go fishing for those, that's it. That's all I have to grab is one box. Now the next I'm going to move is to my only non-Gruv box. And that's this double-sided tackle tray that's got bobbers. I really like the Venom floats. This goes with me ice and open water. This is kind of a super utility for me. I like using these Venom floats for panfish even in the open water. Slip knots, a variety of split shots and really small bullet weights, some Carolina keepers, some depth bombs. And then on the other side, I've got just a little bit of pike quick strike rig tackle. I don't fish that very often without planning to doing it, but I like to have a little bit of that with all the different colors of hooks. Some of my favorite open water and ice fishing dead stick jigs. My extra Fish Daddy lights. Some lure accessorizing pieces like glow beads, rattles, some blades. This is all my swivels and snaps. These are some super lightweight spoons. I have no idea what they are, but I really like them on dead sticks because a minnow can just swim around with them no problem. And a variety of extra trebles. So this is kind of like, this always goes with me. It's got a little bit of everything I need in it, and it helps me out in the ice that way. So I'm going to go to my variety of micro boxes here. And once again, I don't carry all these on the ice with me at once. I pick and choose and downsize. Sometimes a whole box will go with me. A lot of times my Z Viber box. But here we've got a variety of dead sticks for walleye and panfish. Mostly dead stick type jigs. I suppose you can jig with some of these. These are mostly what I use for dead stick. I've got a second dead stick jig tray. And that's right here. So a lot of times I'll pick out a few of my favorites of those and put them into the smaller micro box. These are all micro Z Vibers. Love these. These are the original 16th ounce Z Vibers. Got some Shields exclusive colors in there. Got the new Match the Hatches and everything. And those boxes usually come full with me. This box is 99% the smallest two sizes of T-flashers and a couple of other panfish spoons, but this is my Panfish Spoon box. So this is for crappie bluegill only size. I love Slayer jigs. So I've got an entire Slayer jig box dedicated to them. I mean, you might be able to see it back here, but they're probably too light, but they're glowing just existing right now in the box. Pretty sweet. Here's kind of the rest of my tungstens and other jigs. I've got some hair jigs in here, other tungstens that aren't Slayer, my vertical hanging tungstens. So there's a variety there. And the last micro jig tray is what I've so far gotten from Seasons Tackle. So that's all of my Seasons Tackle jigs, and some of them still have the plastics that I fished with them on, even. So that's how I stay organized. I pare it down to a few trays I'm using for the day from all of that tackle, but that's how I'm able to find everything, know where it is, stay organized, and I trust that in these Gruv boxes, it's gonna stay safe. I'm not gonna have them breaking open on me and riding around in the bottom of the sled. And these micro ones fit in pockets just super great. I had in my pocket the whole time here. So you have any questions about how to organize, how I organize my tackle, you want to see any more pictures of anything, feel free to comment on this video. I will get back to you on that. This is Cole Karski, Beef Outdoors. Tight lines, everyone.